Welcome to tonight's 5 on 5. The guest is Lana Veenker, casting director and owner of Cast Iron Studios. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
You're down here, one of the largest casting companies in the Northwest. You're here to put on a little workshop. Tell us about it.
I'm going to be teaching a workshop in Medford tomorrow from 10 to 5, working with actors from Southern Oregon. And we're going to be getting them up to speed on the skills that they need in order to work on some of the shows and films that we work on.
Can anyone come to this workshop? How does it work?
Yeah, it's open, well, mainly open for actors, I would say age 14 and older, and beginners to advanced.
And some of the things they're going to learn are going to help them with getting a role or some of the keeping up with what's going on in television and film?
Well, yeah, what we've discovered is nowadays the Northwest actors have to be able to compete with the LA actors, because a lot of times they're running castings in both cities, both in Portland where I work and in LA, and there are times that the LA actors are beating us to some of those roles, so we want to try to improve everyone's skills so that we can have more roles being cast out of the Northwest instead of out of LA. And
because a lot more not just commercials and TV and film are being produced right here in the Northwest, correct?
That's right. There's 3 television series shooting in Portland. There's 2 films shooting right now in Medford. And there's just a lot of production going on. And so the talent pool is getting bigger, but we also need them to get stronger. So that's why I'm here.
And I know there's a lot of behind-the-scenes talent probably that's spread out through the nation, but probably all the actors and actresses think they have to drift down to LA, but maybe there's an opportunity to open up their eyes here that they can get things started already.
Absolutely. I think it's actually much harder to get work in LA because you have so much competition, whereas up here, if you're a good actor, there's work and you can actually book roles, I think, easier. It's easier to get an agent, it's easier to meet the casting directors, it's easier to get auditions for bigger parts than you would if you were beginning, just starting out in LA. So
if you have a younger student, maybe even into college or just graduated from college, you might recommend not just going to this workshop, but learning how to be able to stay here or find places where they can get work right away. Well,
definitely. They need to be in ongoing acting classes with a good coach and connecting with the talent agent, because that's where, as far as the way we work, that's what we pull from is the talent agencies. So, but making sure that they're, keeping an eye out for scam operations and not, spending tons of money. So there's some of the things that we're going to learn tomorrow in the workshop about how to recognize a good agency and a good acting coach versus some of the scam operations that are out there.
I have a few more questions for you, so stick around. More 5 on 5 right after the break. Welcome back to the 5 on 5. The guest is Lana Veenker, casting director and owner of Cast Iron Studios. We've been talking about your company's upcoming workshop and some of the things that actors and actresses, are going to learn. Let's go a little deeper into it. You were mentioning that giving them advice on not getting scammed into stuff. Does that seem to be happening a lot lately for young actors?
Yes, especially with the increase in production that's happening in Oregon now. There seems to be a lot more sort of sketchy talent agencies opening up that are, charging actors for things that they shouldn't be charging for. So we're going to cover that, but we're also going to cover just the protocol and, how to get a good headshot, how to put together a correct acting resume, how to approach these different players, whether it be talent agents or casting directors, and then ultimately how to book the job.
You mentioned we were talking a couple movies produced right here or in production here in Medford, and the TV shows up in Portland. Is that a trend that you see continuing on or even growing?
Well, I hope so. The reason that it's gotten so busy is because the state has implemented tax incentives, a film production incentive that has attracted all these jobs to the state. Right now it's maxed out because there's been so much demand, it's all being used. So I hear that the governor is hoping to help us expand that program, and if that happens, we should see a lot more production coming to the state. So hopefully people will let their legislators know that they support it.
Especially the young actors and actresses, because that will mean more roles for them.
That's right.
Tell us where this is, how people can get signed up, that sort of thing.
Okay. It's taking place tomorrow at IMD. It's a talent agency here in Medford, and it's starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. Registration is still open, and information is on our website, castironstudios.com.
And once they get to that site, will they have to get signed up beforehand on that site or call ahead of time, or can they show up?
There's a button where you can buy tickets right on the website.
Buy tickets, okay. So, and if they, for some reason, just show up at the time, is there room to just kind of show up, or you only have a set number of positions?
We might be able to squeeze a few in. If it's last minute, we can maybe squeeze them in. Yeah.
But you recommend going on tonight, getting all
if at all possible. That way we have a good idea of the head count. But if they, can't do that, then if they show up, we should be able to get them in.
And you said it starts at 10 and runs till
5 o'clock.
And just the one day? Just
Yep, just tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate
Me
it.
too.
All right, that's it for the 5 on 5. More news right after the break.